Welcome. Of course, we had to open these right away, so we're going off the wall. So we got the hobby and the jumbo hobby. I'll do a retail one. I'll try to collect a bunch of all the retail products. So we're gonna get right into it. Intro over. You guys have probably looked up a little bit on these. So we have the hobby. So they, I think, have like 4 base inserts. Hobby exclusive. 7 inserts, I think. 2 of the 80-81, I think, are in this one. So we're going to do this one first, then we'll slide kind of all the main cards out of the way. And there are just so many variations and options. Now, I know a lot of people have talked about or mentioned about how much they've printed, which they're going to print a ton of this. There's no denying that one. But at least they have the odds, so we know how much. I think that's the one thing that maybe people don't think about when it comes to Prism and Panini. They didn't print the odds. At least here we can figure out how many boxes they printed, good or bad. So let's get into it. Already kind of liking the photos. So it is paper, but I didn't realize it would have a shinier look, kind of like that. So it's not as, man, what does that kind of remind me of? It'll come to me. But yeah, so you kind of get like a shinier look to it. So it's not like a cheap paper. It's still paper, cheap, but I think that part already kind of helps it stand out from just the regular like hoops or some of those other ones. Clay Thompson, Tyler. Oh, so we must have 2 of our Ja Morant. Stars of the NBA. Moon. Flagship tops. So I'll probably keep these aside. We'll kind of see what we end up getting in each box. Well, what do you guys think? I'm not too bad on the rookie logo. I wonder if they're going to do that, because in the football one we'll have a football on there. That's all I can kind of imagine when it comes to that, but who knows? That stuff doesn't bother you that much. I mean, it is what it is. Jalen Wilson, Scoot, Jordan Poole, team card. Never been a fan of the team cards, personally. What do you guys think? Like, do people really collect these as much just with the picture on there? I don't know. Oh, we got a Cooper all the way. I probably should list that on eBay from what I saw. So, Richardson. So, again, it's going to remind us of baseball a little bit. Cooper Flagg, Derek Queen. So some more rookies in that one. So I'll try to keep that. Well, obviously we'll sleeve this one up. I mean, according to eBay right now, this is like a $50 card. This is the one time I honestly feel like I should get these things on eBay like tomorrow. Because any of you guys that are out there, do not spend. What do you guys think this card would be worth? Like a $5 to $10 card base? Do you think it'll sit at for a while, depending on how he plays? It's a base tops rookie. Everybody will have to get used to that. Giannis, Malik Monk, Brooks. Oh, looks like we got. It's an autograph or a relic. Of course we got a relic. Owned the game, Patrick Williams. Well, Patrick, I'm not too happy to see you, to be honest. At least our jumbo when we do that one. Hope you guys don't mind. I decided to do the jumbo in the same video. Just felt like it would make more sense to just get it all out there at the same time, rather than splitting them up. And we'll do a retail one later. I mean, Kevin G. Jaren Jackson. I think you're either a person that's going to spend the money for a hobby or jumbo hobby, or do retail, which is what most of us typically would do. I was pretty happy that I got one of each of these, which is fine. I wasn't trying to buy them up to resell or anything. Russ, a lot of Russ controversy, MVP vaults. going on right now. Throw Noah back there. Suggs. See, I said I don't like the team ones, then I get a row of them. Still the Nets. Johnson. Lights out. We got a daily dribble. There we go. That one's a cool one. Gonzalez, Cam Jones. Now, what's cool with these is, again, you guys can go on Topps and look at the odds. So you don't have to wonder how rare a card is. That's the one thing I do appreciate with Topps is they give you those odds. And it just kind of gives you, it kind of knows if a card is really that rare or not, essentially. LeBron, Kobe, Powell, Ant-Man, Patrick Williams, No Limit. I mean, we're going to see so many different parallels in here. Shaq. Bringing back the old one. Russell. Chet. And Hobie. Now that's a photo. I mean, that is a crazy photo. Wow. Hopefully we see more of that. Manuel quickly to 2025. Brenner. Here. Edgecombe. Sharp. There's a few rookies in this one. Kind of a little ding on the corner there. So I think you're only getting one numbered. So I hope, I mean, that could be it for that. Post, Holland, Bronny, James Harden, Bridges, and Howard. Throw him in that rookie stack. Just going to pop this up over here. Lopez, Irving, Bridges, Eason, Mitchell, Ayton, Holiday, Dort. We got Rise to Stardom. Ace Bailey, Richardson. Like, a lot of these are going to be like, I'm guessing 1 out of 10 to 1 out of 20 odds. Johnson. Sometimes I'll print it out, but there's so many parallels, it would have been a little more difficult for me to hit them all. Reeves. Yes. New School. Set that over with our other parallels that I can go through. Bill Russell, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Irvin, all back to back to back. Interesting. I don't think the paper cards really have as much value anyways for that. So let's say even the daily dribble, that's like 1 out of 26 packs in one of these, or less than the hobbies, or the jumbo hobbies. Turner, Damian Lillard, Carter, Will Riley, No Limit, Powell, Sorber, Harper. What are the chances of us pulling another flag? What would you guys if you pulled the Cooper? I feel like I should put that on a one-day auction at this point, but it's Maxey, it's in green, Ball. I usually just don't have the energy for that. Another No Limit, Fears, Evie, Mello, Bernard, King. Batum, Rui, Finney Smith, Ingram, Moses Moody, Grimes, Ginobili. So if you guys haven't opened up a Topps type product for baseball, and I don't do a lot of baseball, especially newer, this is what to expect. A lot of base cards. Curry, But that's kind of what Topps is. Wemby. And I think that's why, like, we all had those sets when we were kids. Mine was Collector's Choice. You know, the ones that were a lot more affordable for us. But yeah, you just get more base cards. Of course, people buying and reselling these is kind of crazy. I wish there was more people educating. There's our first 80-81 insert. Said we should get 2 of those. Clayton rookie. Durkin Dwade. I don't like vets in these products, personally. That's just me, though. Claxton. Porzingis. Jones. Kuminga. Embiid. We got Cedric Howard. Hansen. Fears. It's not Hansen on the Timberwolves opener. I think he had to learn a little bit on defense yet, but stars shine in LA. Something like that. We'll just leave that one alone. Anthony Emerson, Harlingen, Nas, Champions Capella. That was a base pack. This is also why I'm doing them both together. So we're going to see a lot. So when I do the next one, I can go through. I'm still going to go through each base because I do like seeing if there's any unique photos like we saw on the other one. Carter and Johnson. Brandon Williams. I just wonder why why they wouldn't have just thrown it as an auto. Stars of the NBA. Ralph Martin Jackson. Last one. I know it's anticlimactic, guys. I know it's anticlimactic. But we have to be real. This is what to expect from Topps. If you really like collecting a lot of different players and getting all your vets, the old ones, there's our other 80-81. Like Rick Barry, Spud Webb, Riley. 5-card hobby exclusive. Do they have this listed on here as your chase down? I think the Jumbos had it. I don't know if these had the promo packs or not. I did not know. Now, those are pretty cool. They're Topps Chrome. Cam Thomas. Odd. Ja Morant. Jalen Williams. Definitely sharp cards. I will not argue with that one. All right, box number 2. We're going to set these over here. I'll kind of go through them before we go through that. So this is what we got for rookies. We got some of the parallels. Shepard. New School. We got our daily dribble, which to me is kind of a cool insert. And then, of course, we got our one Cooper Flagg. We're going to leave this one up over there. We got our Patrick Williams, and then our numbered quickly $225. We quickly lost $100+ on that box. All right, let's do the jumbo. We're going to be tired of seeing Topps base. All right, so 2 of your hobby exclusive packs in here. 40 cards per pack. That's just insane. You know, even in baseball, I didn't really buy the jumbo hobbies, but I'm a bigger basketball fan. So usually with new product, I'm not afraid to buy a little bit more of the new. Oh, look at these packs. That's just crazy. So in these, you get the 2 promo packs. So you get, I mean, essentially you're getting a base parallel couple on every one. They're probably going to be in the middle like they do with the other ones. We already see our mem card. Powell, Butler, Claxton. A Wimby one, Porzingis. Aaron Shannon. I really like Shannon Jr. Beal, Cole, Draymond, Husky, Zaire, Casey Wallace, Pritchard. All right, let's get to some of these parallels and whatnot. Well, I guess I might as well just put them at the end. Oh, we got a numbered card I saw right there. So I think you get 4 numbered in the jumbo hobbies. And Joe, Bailey, and definitely a variety more rookies. Watkins, of course. I thought it would be a Curry. I saw that. We're 1 out of 25. Well, this is already starting off a little bit better, but you're paying for it. There's definitely a difference in price. I wish that had been a Curry to 25. Now, what's your guys' opinion on this? You pull a bunch of good cards out of here. We know the value is going to go down because these things are going to be... Now, of course, the numbered cards wouldn't as much. But would you guys be listing these? I do have a Curry in here. MVP Vault. Curry. Round Ball Remnants. Oops. Set my camera out of the way almost. It's Worm of the Featured Player. So he threw it on and took it back off again. We know that's how they roll, right? Sabonis. And No Limit, which is not the printing motto for these guys. There's definitely no limit, right? Again, with Topps, you can figure it out with their odds. I think there's already some people that are kind of posting how many boxes they've printed or packs, you know, like 1 million packs or whatever, which again, people act like Panini wasn't printing them. We just didn't know how many. Clay, Tyler, Jalen, Wiggins, Silva, Johnson. Same thing as before. Healed. Fleming, Newell, Kerr, KG, Jackson, Cam Thomas, Daniels, Hugo, Cam Jones. Oh, we're seeing some sparkles. Of course it's Zubac. Of course it's Zubac. We got a one from the Wolves and a Drake. All right. Still got that auto to get yet. Turner, Booker, Simmons, George, Scoot. I'll go just fast enough so we can see him, but not so fast as you guys want anybody falling asleep, but you want to be able to at least see the cards long enough for the players. Levitation. LeBron James. Boy, it's surprising that there's little marks on the corners almost, it seems like. I'm going to sleeve this one up. I like my X battles on LeBron James. It's just fun getting everybody riled up on X. Oh, there's a blue. Pretty cool one to have. Now that would be a Wemby, wouldn't we? Or Cooper, it wouldn't be too bad. Here's Rome, Capella, Adebayo, Johnson, Carter. Definitely a few more It's crazy the amount of base cards in here, though. So that levitation, sorry I'm doing two things at once, just because I figured searching is a lot easier than trying to print off a list. But that levitation is like 1 out of 13 packs. Dillingham. I always thought Dillingham, even watching him play on the Wolves last year, it was just too small. It's hard to be a small point guard these days. Castle, Pool. Oh, missed my rookie over there. Well, let's flip these over on that side. Magic. I mean, it's pretty crazy, the photo. I mean, obviously it's a little bit more blurry, but still not too bad. And they picked some good action photos for those, too. I mean, I don't know how much photoshopping went into there. Williams. Hey, there's another Cooper Flagg. Air Queen. What do you think the odds are of them putting just one in every single box? DC Duo. So we got that variation in a team card, what I always wanted. No limit of the same guy as the new school. Chaz. So what are we thinking? Are they going to throw in one Cooper Flagg in every hobby box? I mean, it would make sense to me. Why wouldn't you make sure there's one in every hobby box? Again, it's a Topps. We're not, I mean, if people are thinking they're going to get a Topps base rookie and this thing's going to grade and it's going to be worth anything, it's nuts. And I've already said this. Please, don't grade that base rookie. For all that is hobby worthy, please don't. It will not be good in the long run. Maxey, George, Batum, Thompson, more Kuzma, Paul, Sar. No surprises there. We got Martin, Jackson, Rick Barry, Spud Webb, Riley. Again, Edgecombe, Sharp, Cedric, Howard, Jace, Derek Jones, Cam. Oh, and there's our auto. There's our auto. Cam Thomas. That is what I would expect to get for an auto. Carter Bryant and Looney. Looney Tunes. What a horrible auto, too, by the way. He got fatigue. That's why he's not going to make it in the pros. He couldn't sign his full auto on these stickers. Thought we were going to see on-card autos, by the way. I mean, it is a rookie. It is a rookie. Crazy is worth more, Cooper's base or that auto? You guys. Murray Williams and Goon. And I know I could skip all the base, but I still enjoy opening cards and seeing if there's just any other photos that I enjoy. Ooh, Thompson. And Thompson is no joke. That was fun watching him the other day. Trae Young. And that daily dribble, I really like the way this insert looks. This reminds me, I'm going to just put a sleeve on it, but this reminds me of like an old school type looking insert. Minus the font of the Trae Young. If you didn't have that on there, it would almost give you, to me, the vibe of an early on insert, earlier Topps insert. In my opinion, Yang Hansen, that's probably not a bad rookie there. Drake, Sorber, Harper, Cullum, Neely. All right, 4 packs to go. I'm getting pack fatigue already. And the one thing I will say with these, I mean, really you're chasing some of the case hits. I'd love to see one of those. Like the Sonic Boom, I'm very intrigued to see that one in person because the way these cards look with a little shine to them, I bet that card looks better than the photo they had posted of it. That's what I would think. Air Marshall, Larry Bird, John Stockton, Shrimp, Room, Oils, Max Christie, Murray, Ronald, Michael Porter. I feel like he kind of fell off, but he was a beast. Ace Bailey, D Wade. Well, that kind of makes more sense than a throwback. It's like a throwback of a throwback since it's still another generation. Should be looking for that mirror image variation. I don't know. I think I would notice it, but it's kind of like with like Topps Holiday for baseball and stuff. There's a lot of times there's just cards you just don't notice. So basically it would just be a different image with like a gold Topps logo on there. I feel like if I saw an image that didn't mesh with the regular image, I would notice, but I would say it could be either way. Tracy McGrady, Thomas, Bain, Joe, Bailey. Pulled a few Ace Baileys in these boxes. Magic, seen that one before. Oh, come on. To 250. That's still pretty good. Ooh, that's kind of a cool look. The old George. I'm going to definitely hang on to some of these, just different color parallels and stuff. Those are kind of cool. Forgot, we still technically get 4 numbered, and this is only the second one. So we got 1 to 25 and 1 to 250. So throw that down there. Oops. See, I'm getting fatigued. Can't hang on to the cards anymore. Ronnie, Ved, Johnson, Ball, Jalen, Finney. This is what I hate when you're flipping through and then the cards are sideways. Steph. Brown. Another Curry. Clifford. Hello, Bernard King, Ginobili. You know, I'll have to admit, for the basketball I watch, I haven't followed as much on this draft or rookies. Not as much. We got a Steph in that. Here's another one. Tyler Smith to 2025. Donovan Mitchell. Stars of the NBA. And our other parallel for that one. Well, I will say, you guys now know why you don't overpay and buy these in the secondary market after the fact. Because there's just so many parallels and options. Even getting all this in a jumbo hobby, I mean, even if you hit a bigger name, man. But here's what I will say. If you're going to open a box, like for me, I'll open these two. I'm going to be happy, fine. I'm not going to be worried about the return on the money or whatever. Like, I wanted to check it out. Obviously, I like showing you guys too, but that's for most of the retail. I'll do a retail one too. It's just kind of curious what these are going to look like. It's kind of what I expected. I forget how much base is in Topps though. It's crazy. I didn't look at the total checklist, but opening Grady Dick. Cedric Howard to 99. So we got a Cedric Howard to 99 in our last pack, but we got these 2 packs to go. So I'll recap those ones anyways when we're done. What do you guys think? You know, I might have seen something. Castle. LeBron. That's not a bad one for the 45th. Jamal. Oh, there is a gold. All right. I did not expect that in this. A James Harden. Auto. And that is on card. /50. And Cooper. Well, that just made it a little bit more interesting. So these, one auto apparently doesn't always mean when you have the base. And then we got the chrome. Seriously, guys, you know as well as I do, I should throw these on eBay. Not the Harden. I'm keeping the Harden, but like the Coopers, I just know the value's going to drop on those. But wow, let's open this last pack because this reminds me too much of like Bowman, because even the LeBron I like in the chrome. Yeah, and then this one's a numbered one as well, it looks like. Kawhi. France. Giddey. Towns. We saw the Spurs /199. So that, assuming is the jumbo box, you're going to get the promo packs. Would they be a numbered one per promo? I literally have not watched one video of these being opened. This was the chance for me to check it out. I like to kind of see it for the first time when I open it. Can be more honest that way. Yep, this wore me out. I'll tell you that one. All right, so box one, really the Cooper Flagg. And then we got that numbered, some of these I don't have to go through as much, but wow. So this one we got the Cooper and the Topps Chrome Cooper Flagg. Zimski /25. We got the round ball remnants. LeBron James, I just took that one because I thought that was cool. Excuse me. Rookie auto. Cedric /99. Tyler Smith /2025. Cam Jones /250. And we pulled a Harden auto /50 and the Stephen Castle /199. In the chrome, by the way. And this is why I think chrome is going to be way better and more valuable than the regular, because just the sharp look of it. So there it is. Let me know what you guys think. We will see you back here tomorrow.